Hello. Oh, I'm muted. Hi. Oh, wait, no, I wasn't muted. Okay, well, hello. Oh, oh, wait. Sorry, Ellis, you're right. Will you post in the other Discord? What's wrong with me? Oh. Hi, Panda. How are you? Hi, Nexie. Yeah, I'm getting going this morning. Where's my coffee? I was like, I got this. And oh, Panda. Thank you for the biddy, Panda. How are you? I have had one heck of a morning. Honestly, like yesterday was really interesting, art-wise, and then today, like this morning was interesting art-wise. I've been like flying through just making stuff and feeling super inspired. Yeah, I woke up possessed by art. Okay? It was like, all right. So, few streams ago, I think it was Karuman that introduced me to uh Hilma F. Klint's work. And it was like the first time I'd seen her stuff. And since then, she's just been on my mind. So she's an abstract artist from the 1800s. Um, and she's been on my mind since. And last night, I had a dream about her. So weird. Last night, I had a dream that I met her. And then I woke up this morning at like 3:30 in the morning and I could not go back to sleep. So I've been up making art. I have not stopped making art. I stopped making art to like have tea and breakfast and then I went right back to making art. So it's been a busy morning. Hi Nairobi's, how are you doing? Haven't seen you in 7 years. Pretty sure hair was a bit longer. It was much longer. I chopped it all off. Just see ya. Hi Lantern. How do I say your name? Didier? Jack is so beautiful. Want it when I buy it for my girlfriend. I got this from World Market. It's an apron. It has cats on it. It's really cute. Here, you want to see it? So it's got a little pocket. Okay. And then I really liked it because it has Siamese cat here, and then it has another one here that looks like Lenny. I don't have one that looks like Yzma. I guess this one here maybe. It's a cat apron. I'm gonna be doing painting today, so like a lot of painting. So I like didn't want to get it all over my clothes. But I have to tell you guys about yesterday. So it was like it did stream. I was here with you guys, you know that. And then Nexie and I went to the art museum. And hi Wizards, how are you? And then on the walk to the art museum, there was a box of books. Okay, and they were like, free books, they just wanted to someone to take them. And while we passed by, I happened to notice this book. And I was like, hmm, I've been wanting to think about playing with watercolor more. And so I found this and I thought it was pretty interesting, so I snagged it. And I have no idea. The only downside is that it's in black and white. I wish it was in color because I feel like watercolor is I mean it is all about the color. Um so yeah, that's the only downside. But just like a quick flip through and I was like there were some lines that really resonated with me, but it seems like it talks about like, just some fundamental stuff of using watercolor. So I found this on accident, got it for free. I mean, it's an old ass book, but that was cool. And then when we got to the museum, they had this like um they had this exhibit uh of this artist that she makes her own paint. And of all the things that, like really stand out for me, this was one that like really resonated because those of you who've been here for a while, I used to do a lot of foraging and I never like I never ate a lot of the stuff that I foraged because I was always like, you know, what if it is poisonous? What if it will kill me? What if? A whole lot of what ifs, right? But then this artist talked about how you can forage a lot of these things and make your own paints. The process is pretty hefty, but I was like, what an absolutely cool way to connect my art and the foraging in a way that's not going to kill me. You know, as long as I'm not eating the paint. Um, so I thought that was really cool. And I found while I was there, I also found another book, one that I'll have to buy because it was not just like a free one on the side of the road. One that I'll have to buy, but basically it talked about using the things that you find in nature to create your paint. And I was like, oh, this sounds so fun. So I was already super inspired when we left. But now I'm like, I got to get this book. I want to go back to foraging again. It's going to give me a reason to go outside. And how freaking cool would it be to make paints on stream? Like I imagine it this like meditative step-by-step process, just very like ASMR, lots of little like tink tang noises, like anyway, that was super exciting. I feel like there was something else. I want to share a page from the sketchbook because while we were there, there was they had this really beautiful garden out back, but we ended up doing some drawing inside from some of the books. And hang on a sec, let me shift my screen here. Hi, Sir Groove. Okay, so I did a bunch of like little sketching and stuff yesterday.
To your streamer, viewers, plenty. CRE sing.
Biddies. Biddies? Wait, did that send again or did you send more? Panda, thank you. So I did this little like sketch page and something really called me to the roses. As you can see, I have some like the bleeding hearts here and I have the red Disa. But like the roses really spoke to me and I ended up, after I finished drawing this, I'm just sitting in this museum next to it and I just start crying. I just start bawling my eyes out. Don't know why. This happens a lot lately when I'm making art. But yeah, I did this fun little sketch and a little study of the roses and it made me, I have some ideas now about some stuff that I want to do with some modeling paste on my canvases with the roses. I don't, it's all a big experimentation, but this got me really excited for that. So yeah, yesterday, it was so much fun yesterday. I wasn't crying, I was a manly man. No, yeah, not you, it was all me. Anyway, that was really fun. I wanted to share that because it just felt like a little glimpse into my day. I ended up drawing, most of these were roses. I drew a Chinese rose, which I noticed it was kind of interesting. The petals were like, they looked heavier and they had a bit of like a fabric feel to them. Like there was more rippling in it. And then I drew the Crimson Glory, and I noticed here that like the inner ring, it kind of spirals in on itself, which was something I tried to capture here. And then I did a little diagram of like what each piece looks like. And then I drew the Dog Rose hips, the Sun Blessed Rose. This one was really beautiful. It was like a vibrant yellow. And then I drew the Juliet Rose, which I think is more of like the typical rose that we see in like drawings and like tattoos and things where it like, the petals kind of just layer until they expand out. So yeah, this was really fun. Yesterday was super fun. I think it's so cool that I found this watercolor book. So I'm going to be exploring that. I'm not going to be using watercolor today, but I just wanted to share it because I thought that was cool. But that wasn't the only art I did. So I have to share, I've been like on a mission, you guys. So yesterday, when I got home, well, this is the one we did the day before, but when I got home, I was like, I had to get something out. So I did this without like pausing at all. I was just like going crazy about it, and just kept going with it. So this was really fun. I did a lot of like, I painted this versus using the pen. So I had some areas where I used the pen, but it's mostly just painting. I had a lot of fun with that. I'm getting more confident with the brush. Hi, Sir Groove. So then I started this morning when I woke up. It was like a fever dream. I like was I woke up hyper, I couldn't sleep, just like brain really like buzzing, but like not in a bad way. And I was like, I'm just gonna start a new one in my sketchbook. So I started this, and then as I got to this point, I was like, this isn't it. This isn't it. Like that we're gonna close this, we're gonna move on to something else. And I ended up painting 3 canvases. 2 of them are works in progress. Um, and that's kind of what I'm going to be experimenting with today is like something I want to try on those canvases. But I did this one back here, just massive canvas, very like expressive. I felt like a god when I was done. it was like, it was like, oh my god, I can't even describe it. Anyway, I did that one. I would show it closer, but it's still wet right now, so I don't want to move anything. But then I don't know if you guys can see it very well. So these, I'm playing with texture and it's like a gold flake texture. And what I want to do is the first thing that came to mind was like some sort of crystal. So like if you guys, I just recently posted lapis lazuli again, but if you guys remember that piece, there was like this explosion of gold and blue in the back, and I had this idea of like creating something that felt like rocks or crystal, and this gave me another idea too. I'll get to that in a sec. But like I wanted to have this like feeling of explosion from like this core, I don't know. And I want to paint on this as well, but I want to experiment a little bit with it today before I do that. But this in the sunlight was like the most beautiful thing. As the sun came up this morning, because I was literally woke up before it did. As the sun came up, I was like, holy shit, that looks so beautiful with the sun on it. So I'm really excited about this. I did this one. And this one here, so like similar concept, but I was just playing around. I went a little bit thinner on some of the gold here, and then I was just playing around with the placement. And I also did this on top of, this is some joint compound on the canvas. So there's already like some texture. I don't know if you guys can see. There's some texture on there. Yeah. So it's been a busy morning. It's been like crazy. So today it's going to be some experimentation as I prep a little bit more for these. But I would also be totally down if you guys want to talk about any like group mentoring stuff. So if you're going through any art block, you're struggling with any creative, creative challenges, I'm here for you. And I want to show the other piece, this one, maybe a little bit closer towards the end of stream. I'm hoping it'll be more dry by then. And then if I have time, which who knows, we'll see. If I have time, I want to start another piece on one of my canvases. I'm just about out of canvases actually, so I'm going on a little art haul today. Probably not on stream. I don't know how challenging that would be. I guess I could bring you guys on my phone, but we'll see. We'll see. I'm like crazy this morning. Anyway, how are you guys? I just dropped a bunch of craziness on all of you. Yesterday was just a really exciting day, and then this morning was just full of energy. Hi, Shark. How are you? I also have a tip goal going right now. So if you guys tip, we will do a original giveaway and I will paint it for you right here on stream. You can find, where is it? Right there. That's our goal for today. Hi, Seven. Do you have any advice on how to not overconsume art tutorials? Uncertainty when learning art. And uncertainty when learning art. Sorry, sudden question. I'm just sketchbooking right now and found this random stream for background noise. No worries, Seven. I think this is a great question. So, when it comes to over consuming art tutorials, so my recommendation here, and I just wrote a tweet about this the other day. I think that their art tutorials give that sense of certainty, but really, my way of coping with this is like there's nothing in life that's certain, and I think the more we try to cling to that, the more like obsessed with controlling it we get. And so I think reframing that first and foremost. But also, the tweet that I wrote the other day talked a little bit about this. And basically, every time you draw, you can be improving, even if you're not using a tutorial. And what I would recommend is keeping your brain really active. So while you are drawing, asking yourself questions. What do I see? What is this producing? What would I change? What would I keep? Um, this is really important because when your brain is active, I think a lot of people think that there's like only one way to draw or only one approach. But I think when you're asking questions, you're always thinking about that process. Um, you're thinking about what you're doing and you are iterating on that every time you ask the question. So, hi, Vorpy. Hi, thank you for the follow. Um, so I would ask yourself questions while you draw. And if something isn't working out, I would draw it again. Well, first I would ask what's not working, and then I would draw it again. And whatever wasn't working, exaggerate that in the opposite direction or do something different with that. And what this is going to do is it's going to show you that not every decision you make needs to be dictated by someone showing you a lesson or by, finding the right piece of advice that's eventually going to take you there. I think it's really important that we also ask, what do I like about what I'm drawing? Because most of what we pay attention to are the things that we don't like. And I think those are the moments where if it's like constantly like, I hate this, I hate this, I hate this, I hate this, that's when it's really easy to want to jump to a tutorial to like soothe that feeling. But I think the more you get used to asking, what do I like? That's when you begin to curate a process that feels uniquely yours and build the confidence in making decisions that bring you closer to what you like versus what someone else is telling you is right. So a lot of it comes back to reflection and awareness while you're drawing. Seven. Hi, Jedi. Still takes us with her on her phone. Are we all little pocket artists? You are. Oh, your folks say hi. How are you, Shark? Let's see. Moving into a new place this weekend. Gonna find a place for some of your prints. That is so exciting. Are you moving far from home, or are you just getting getting your own place? Getting ready for work. Chat, keep out of trouble. I'm going to be doing a little bit of studio time today. So basically, what I'm doing is just a lot of experimentation. I have some paintings back here that I want to, before I move forward on, I want to do a little bit more experimentation. So, uh, yeah, I'll be doing that soon. I will also want to give you guys a chance to talk about any of the art stuff or challenges that you're going through. I realize it's a little bit easier for me to focus on some of this stuff when, I'm not like in the middle of painting. But also, while I'm painting, you guys are more than welcome to ask questions too. But how are y'all doing? What are you guys going through? What are you working on today? Quick reminder that our Dayanora launch is upon us. So if you guys remember our very famous horny lady, she's graced your timelines for years and now she is in 3D. She wants to be on your shelf. Um, I'm so excited about this launch. The pre-order is the whole reason that she can happen, and so you guys can get a fully painted version like this, or you can get a unpainted version and you can paint it yourself. Both options are available at the link. If you guys want to check it out, exclamation point figure in chat. The link will only pop up in Twitch chat, by the way. Moving close down the road from the radio station. Oh, nice. I love that. It's a really nice area, so it's going to be great. It's actually really helpful. Thank you so much. I'll try it. Absolutely, Seven. Another question to ask, since you mentioned that we should try to have our brain active when drawing. Do you think it's bad to draw with music, or does it depend? So this is a great question, and I think it depends on what your goals are. So there's definitely moments where, having music going or having a podcast or watching a video is really helpful to get through the process. But I think if you're if you're in a focused study session, like you have an intention to improve something, I actually think it's more helpful to keep all of that off. With music, I think you can be a little bit more lenient with like things that aren't going to draw a lot of attention, or maybe it's just to like set the mood. But the reason I say that it depends is because so for me, something that I experimented with when I was going through a pretty big art block was not listening to any music, not listening to podcasts or watching videos, because when I did that, and then when I would make art, it would be really easy to turn my brain off, which also meant all of the things that were blocking me at the time were kind of shut out. Like I closed the door on it because I didn't want to pay attention to it. But in order to navigate my art block, I had to pay attention to that stuff. So if you're just kind of like in it to relax, you're just having like a, I don't know, chill day, like you don't want to focus too hard on like pushing, or you just want to do some performance, I think music and stuff is fine. Also, take what I say with a grain of salt, like what's best for you, but these are the things that work best for me. um, I've worked in silence so much, but I've also listened to music. I also watch videos, things like that too. But it really depends on the circumstances for me. Said she's so cool. I love her. She came out so freaking cool. Like, and she looks just like the painting. Hold on, let me show you guys the painting as well. So she comes with a figure and she comes with a print. Not this exact print, it's gonna be a little bit bigger, but she comes with this illustration as well. They're twins. Look at them. They nailed it. Like that's her. That's her. Yeah. The link's not working? Why is it not working? Where does it take you? Because when I click it, it brings me to the shop. It is a bit.ly link though, so it might take a second to like send you where you need to go. Connection timeout. Is anyone else having issues with the link? Because I just clicked it and it took me right there. Hi, Soda. I will say this. LS, will you drop the link in the other chats as well? I'm giving away, so if y'all are here with me on Twitch today, I'm giving away an unpainted version of her. So the giveaway is running for a few weeks. It is a subscriber only giveaway, but if you would like to join, you can type exclamation point demon in chat. It's the unpainted version. She comes in pieces, so you can paint her, but the exact same figure, just no color. You can see the unpainted version on the website as well. Oops. Okay. Seems to work for most people. Vorpy, yeah, it could be a region thing, but you visited the site before. Yeah. I'm sorry, I don't know why it's giving you trouble. Yeah, here, Vorp, I'll send you the non-bitly and you can try it. That works? Okay, cool. I wonder why it was giving you issues. All right, well, that's cool anyway. But yeah, she came out awesome. I've been working on this behind the scenes with Bit2Real for the past year. It's been a crazy process. It's been a great process. I mean, they've been great, but it's just been like a long process. But we're finally launching the first one. We have ideas about what the second one is going to be, but I won't reveal any spoilers yet. If you guys want updates on any of the product releases, I think if you on my website there's a waiting list or a mailing list that you guys can join in case you want all updates. If you type exclamation point list in chat, it'll also get you that link. Cool. I'm glad we could figure it out. All right. So let's get into doing some painting. I've got a ton of scrap sheets of paper today, and I'm just going to be exploring some of these techniques. So I have some of the stuff that I used this morning, and I don't really know. I'm going to have to like put some stuff down and let it dry and work on it slowly. So this was the paste that I used on the canvas, and what I'm thinking is I want to paint some black and some gold on it, but I'm not yet sure how it's going to turn out. So I'm going to drop it on here, let it dry. It looks kind of gnarly until it dries. It dries clear. Next figure's a lone cat sitting on a cassetti toilet. Hi, Titan. At the moment, I do stream every single day. We'll see how that goes. I don't have like... The thing is, I haven't defined a schedule yet, but I've been on every single day starting at 9 a.m. Eastern, so... Ooh, yes, please. Thank you. Magical soda. What? Oh, thank you. Well, oh. Right. Well, I have to turn it this way. Art fuel. Sody pop. Okay, so I'm gonna start with some black. I have this these gold flakes as well that I want to see what they look like on top of this. Actually, now might be a good time to play with that. Oh my god. Oh my god. See, the thing is, like, it's a slightly different gold tone. But we'll see, we'll see. This is why we experiment, because I have absolutely no idea how it would turn out.
Good morning at Celessi and everyone.
Hello.
It's
Lucky!
Silas hype.
It is the weekend, isn't it? Lucky, thank you for the sub. I really appreciate it. Can we get some love, some emotes in chat for Lucky? Today is studio day, so I'm just experimenting. Basically putting together a whole bunch of stuff to see how it looks in preparation for one of my paintings. The jar looks like molten gold. Does it? Wow. Wow. Okay. It's like really lightweight, and I'm always afraid that when I open it, I'm gonna like inhale it. Technically always see you stream or get a notification every day, 9 a.m. EST. Yeah, that's when I've been coming on. I just haven't like announced it as like, hey, I'm on every day at 9 a.m. But basically what I wanted to do was see how I felt coming back, because there's been times where I've come back to stream and I've struggled with the schedule for numerous reasons. So I wanted to see how it went. There's probably a pretty good chance that I will define a schedule and post it and announce it somewhere. But I didn't want to do it preemptively if I was going to struggle with the schedule. So that basically that's all I'm doing. I was gonna mention gold leaf in the other stream. Seems like you already had it in mind. Yeah, so the I've had this for a little while. The thing about my art supplies is I buy them never knowing what it is that I'm gonna use them for, and then suddenly I find a purpose for it. So this gold leaf was something that I had on hand for quite a while, but one, I was a little nervous to use it because I wasn't necessarily sure where it was gonna go. So it was just sitting on my shelf. I just had it for a while. This. So I'm gonna play with a couple of things here. I was thinking, I know gold is going to be an element that I'm gonna incorporate, but I haven't decided yet if I want it to be the acrylic gold or my gold paste. So I'm gonna play with both. Okay, lid, come on. Come on, we can do this. Hi, Fox. Pick up tablet pen today after 2 weeks of I don't want to. Oh, that's so exciting. How do you feel? Gold kitty paw, let them stamp. All right, so I have a couple thoughts. We're gonna see how this goes. All right, the consistency of these, I mean, this size honestly feels pretty similar. I was thinking that this acrylic might be a little bit thicker, but I don't think it is. And they're both kind of like the same level of shine. Lost, but not as badly as I was worried I'd be. Fox, I think that's some pretty good reflection, and I'm happy to hear that. Well, it's not as bad as you thought, which is better than, you know, it doesn't have to be perfect. I think when we come back, it's like, oh, it needs to be a certain way. It needs to, you know, I need to love it. I need to be happy with it, but I don't necessarily think that you have to. All right, so this is the gold paint. And I'm gonna end up like, I don't actually know yet what I'm gonna do here. I know that I want the black and the gold to fade into like this pearl. I had ideas, you guys. Hi to Bully, how are you? I think a good 1 week is good enough to define it. I think so. The thing is, like, I want to be consistent. But also, I don't know, things change. But I think it's been a pretty good week, to be honest. Like Casey Snow says, let's get the bad drawings out. Gotta warm them up. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so I'm gonna let those dry. And then, did I use them all? Oh, no, I forgot this one. Okay, so this is the gold paste. I know you guys can't really see the pearl, but it's there. This is the gold paste, and then what I want to do is let those completely dry, and then the next set, I'm going to do all the same colors, but I want to see what it's like to sort of blend them. Make a mess. Find a change of your schedule once in a while. See it happen a lot. Yeah, I guess, like, maybe it has more to do with the fact that because I've tried to come back a few times, I mean, like, I felt a lot better about it this time, but because I'd tried to come back in the past and wrestled with it, I didn't want to make any promises I couldn't keep. So, all right, let's get back again. Fox, I've got some studio time, so I'm experimenting with a couple things right now. It might look like a little bit of nonsense at the moment, but I have a plan. So I'm gonna let these ones dry. And then we're gonna work wet.
Lemon.
What if you just never announce a schedule? I mean, yeah. I do think that letting people know that at the very least I'll be on at 9, that is helpful. But, you know. I guess if I never announce a schedule, it can never... If you know, you know. That's that sort of situation. I could never let anyone down. The gold paste definitely has a little bit more texture than the acrylic, which I kind of like. The color is a little meh for me. Like, it's not quite as vibrant as the gold acrylic, but I would say it's more reflective. It's more metallic. Still too busy trying to take over the world. What can I say, Yoshi? What can I say? Okay. So let's try this. So my goal was... I feel like because I know they're gonna mix, there's this part of me that's like, I don't think I want to go with this like wet approach, but this is why I'm experimenting with it, because I'm not sure yet how I want to approach it. I feel, So that dries like almost immediately. What about let's play with the gold. I can maybe, ooh, it could be really nice to do this like transition from gold to pearl. I might actually really like that. Ever since I got back to art school, been waking up early every day. Nice. It definitely helps to have like a purpose when you're waking up early. For me, it's if I don't have something that's like going on that I'm specifically aiming for, it's so hard for me to wake up early. I mean, like, naturally my body kind of does, but I'll tend to, like, fall out of the pattern over time.
Lemon.
Been drawing mouths for the past hour? How's it going? Icom, thank you for the follow. Shock Art, thank you for the follow. Heron, appreciate you guys. It looks like coffee. No, don't worry, I won't drink it. I have a soda over here. I know that a lot of these decisions probably don't make much sense right now with what I'm doing, but I have a vision for those pieces behind me, and I'm just kind of slowly building up in experimenting here to see what's gonna come out of it. That's a mood. Prior to streams just cycled my sleep back from being nocturnal. Yeah, I think it's really nice to have a goal. Like, something to show up for, something to be excited about. So far, just from my mixing here, I'm like fairly certain that I'll want to let things dry before I make some of these transitions. I also think I want to play with a little bit of the gold leaf. Actually, I feel like the paste might be better for this, but I'm just going to try anyway. Yeah, I think that gold is going to clash a little bit with the gold leaf. This one might be a bit closer. Okay, all right. Yeah, that's actually pretty nice. Like, it's not quite a match, but it's pretty close. So if I wanted to add a little bit more texture, I could do that with my gold paste and the gold leaf. So my thing at the moment, and let me pick this up because I want to have a look at it. At the moment, the canvases have this, it's like gold flakes, kind of. They're a bit coppery. Yeah, they look a bit more coppery. That's the only thing. I don't know. I'm kind of wondering if I just maybe want to use a blue instead. Like, really pull out the gold and not worry about matching it. I don't know if this will be the right blue, but it's okay because I'm going to go to the art store today. So if it's not, I'll find something else. But oh, I kind of love that though. If I got a deeper blue, I could maybe even make something similar to the lapis lazuli portrait that I did. I don't hate that. Hey, Rocket. Hi, Ombi. Sometimes I absolutely hate digital at times. What's it doing to you, Titan? I'm gonna try this. I think the pearl may be I think the pearl's pretty much dry at this point, but let me try to mix a little bit. Eh. Those are almost dry. Do you have a smaller tablet, Titan? That can be really hard. Not using your shoulder. I mean, I'm like, even when I'm not working digital, I'm so so bad with that. Less with painting, more with drawing. Don't worry, Rocket. I got soda here instead. I need like little tweezers or something for these. Why is the gold leaf so staticky? Okay, no, just one piece. Yeah, I need tweezers. I want to like sprinkle it, but it sticks to me. So delicate. Let me get a dry brush. Yeah, soda, it's just me actually talking about my beverage. Whoop. I still kind of feel like it's not quite... I'm still waiting for these to dry. It's not quite what my vision was. Are you experimenting for a piece you've already started? Yes. Hang on, I'll show you. I have a couple. One second. Let me switch here. So this piece here, I don't actually know what I want to do with it. I just, when I started it, it might still be wet. When I started it, I just had this feeling of like something rocky, something textured. And then I was thinking I wanted to do something with the black and then the other gold paint, but I'm realizing that like it's kind of a different tone. So I don't know if I want to try to mix some of, let me go back to my screen here. I don't know if I want to try to mix some of these elements in with the gold or if it might be too much. And then I played around a little bit with like, maybe I could bring some blue in, really make some of the gold pop. And that reminds me a little bit of a painting, a digital painting I did a while ago. of a character inspired by lapis lazuli. So I don't know. I might pull up the stone too and look for some inspiration. I don't know if that's exactly the path I want to go. Oh, I have gold leaf on my shoulder. How did that get there?
Lemon.
Darker gold can also be used for shadows. I suppose that's true. It's kind of like, yeah, this is a bit, it's a bit more of like a warm tone. Let me pull up this back up for you. It's a bit more of a warm tone. And so like when the light hits it just right, you can see more of that like gold shimmer. There's like no good way for me to do this. Yeah, you see it there? It's like that little bit of shimmer. But yeah, I love the idea of using that blue because if you take a look back here, it really makes the orange tones come out.
Lemon.
Thank you, Trader Joe. Yeah, so I don't know, I'm exploring a bit. That's what this is all about because I would just want to play around, make some decisions before I actually put it on the canvas. But yeah, so I made this one. And I also have this slightly smaller one. Same concept, but I might do something slightly different with it. Yeah, so you can see that shimmer. That was like what really sold me. The funny thing was when I did it, I had no idea how it was gonna end up looking, and then when I did it, I was like, oh my god, I love this. And I wonder, ooh, okay, hang on. I just got an idea. Now that we're in the thick of it here. Wow. So if we play around with this blue, and then of course my crazy ass is gonna play with this gold leaf again. I just kind of want to see how the gold leaf looks with the blue. That is kind of stunning, not gonna lie. Like that makes me feel some kind of way. That actually, I'm gonna play with that later on the other canvas because that, whew, that makes me feel some sort of way. All right. Actually, wait. Now that we're all up in here with colors and the gold, I'm gonna try something else as well. Steady now. Soda, you should have saw me this morning in the dark hours of the wee morning. Like I'm just unhinged, like on the ground, painting on that massive canvas. Something came over me this morning. Something just took over. Oh my god, you guys, I can't get over these pastel colors with the gold. I just can't. Remember, kids always be unhinged in public. Yeah. There's something about the abstract work that's really like let my inner child out. Like there's definitely moments where I don't know, on stream in the past I was like, I can't do that. I can't say that. But now I'm like, God, embrace the weird. I love these. These are speaking to me in I'm going to do something with this later. Oh boy, chat. I'm gonna do something with that later. I'm probably gonna run out of gold leaf now that I think about what I plan on doing. Let's try one other thing with that same concept in mind. This honestly has been something with my traditional work that my digital work feels like. I mean, I was always excited about the digital work, but there's something about the abstract traditional stuff that when it hits, and I feel like I just feel this like wave of excitement and emotion when I experiment and play like this. Oh, hang on, that's still, you still got some black in there. It's still a little tinged by the colors, but that's okay. I don't think, oh, maybe you guys can see it. So I think the pearl is pretty nice with the gold as well, but I don't know if it speaks the same volumes as the blue and the pink. Now I wonder how gold leaf and its uniform tones would look with the uncontrollable gradients of watercolor. Oh my god. Rocket, don't get me started. Don't get me started. I'm gonna try a little bit of, where can I put this? I'm gonna try a little bit of this. Have I not? I don't even think I've opened this yellow yet. Hang on. This is like a sunnier, this isn't the same as the gold. It's kind of like a sunnier yellow. Reminds me of like a sunflower. Oh. I don't need gold foil yet. I don't need gold foil yet. I feel like that's me. Whenever I go to the art store, I'm like, I don't know what I would use that for, but I know that I need it. I know that I need it. And I don't know how well it's going to read with this gold, but I'm just curious. As all artists should be. We won't know till we try, right, chat? Oh, I may have grabbed too much. Gold leaf. Why are you so sticky? So much static. Okay. Alright, alright. I'm not mad about it. I am not mad about it. I actually kind of like all those combos. Hi, Carmen. Yeah, I'm on YouTube as well. Have no problem with materials. I love going and buying new stuff. You know what, Rocket? Since you mentioned watercolors, hang on.
Lemon.
Nexie, will you bring me a clean container of water? Please. Please, I love you. right, let's close some of this stuff before I spill everything. Hang on. I might need... So here's the thing with the watercolor. I may need something to attach the gold leaf to it. All I have is like super glue. It's kind of intense. I don't know if I need that. I don't know if I need that intense of a stick. Might be useful for those purposes now anyway. Is there like a particular kind of glue or medium that works best and dries translucent that allows for putting the gold leaf on? Does the gold leaf attach to the paper by itself? No. It needs some kind of like stick. Thank you. I realized he just handed me the water and I completely didn't acknowledge him. Hi, thank you. PVA. All right. Likely wood glue. All right. Hang on. I'm gonna write this down so I can take it to the art store. I have a whole list of stuff I want to get today. Where's my notebook? One sec. Okay. So these are fun though. I really like these. Wait a minute. I gotta try the black as well. I feel like black and gold might really pop. Glue to match your paint, water-based for watercolor, and so on. Okay. So I might not be able to experiment with sticking it to the watercolor today, unfortunately, but that's all right. It's kind of an intense contrast. I think I like it. I think I would like it. You know, I'm still leaning more towards the pink and blue. I feel like I really enjoy the combination of these two. But this could be interesting because I kind of have it up here as well. This could be interesting. I'd have to play around with it though. Also, so many painting mediums that may work. They are made for adhesive properties. Okay. Iridescent acrylic medium might also work. Okay. Actually, let me double check because in here, so this is like, I don't know how well you guys can see it. This is what the little gold flakes are, and it's like this translucent glue paste kind of stuff with the flakes in them. Let me see what's in this. I have no idea. It just says acrylics. Heavy body acrylics. I mean, it might just be translucent. All right. I can experiment. I can figure it out. I mean, that's the whole point of all of this. Okay, so now that some of those are dry, Black and gold is such a goated combination. It's so good. All right, let's bring some of this. So this is quite a bit. I might need to let it dry and then layer it, but it's quite translucent. Purple and gold is also beautiful, except has been forever ruined by association with the Lakers. I don't know if I have. I'd have to do some mixing. I'm gonna get new paints today too, because my gold is dry. Hang on. I want to mix and make more colors. I just don't have a lot of colors of paint. I'm not a sports person, Rocket, so you're not gonna offend me. Ooh, that's kind of a nice combo there. I mean, we know black and gold is nice, especially with the gold leaf, but I kind of like the toned down, the gold paste a little bit better. It kind of has a nice consistency when I add water. I need to write some notes real fast here. Looks nicer. First one's very yellow. Yeah, it leans more towards a warm tone. This one has like less color, less saturation to it, but it still like has, it feels like bronzy, you know? Actually, let me try another one. I also have this, a platinum one. You could give that a shot as well. See how that looks. And I have some India ink. This I think is more for like a brush pen or like calligraphy, but we'll see how thick it is or if I'm able to layer it. Nice job, Titan. All right, so we're gonna play with that. Also use acrylic clear coat to stick it on, not spray, dries really quickly. Ah, yes, that's what I was thinking too. Because I felt like this stuff maybe had clear acrylic, and that's what it was like making it stick, so that might be a good idea, Soda. Where am I here? Silver. Platinum. Whoop. Stick to my brush, please. Hello? I'm gonna do a little bit of... Wow, this is quite thick. I mean, maybe it's because I haven't used this particular paste in a while. So it's not as like... Ooh, okay. So when it's a bit more of like a thin coat, it has more of a shimmer to it, but... It doesn't have that great of a shimmer when it's thicker. Who just subbed? Rick, thank you for the resub. I appreciate you. Thank you, thank you. Can we get some emotes in chat for Rick? Thank you so much. Enjoy your emotes. Enjoy your goodies in the Discord. Also, Rick, make sure you hop in the figurine giveaway. We are giving away an unpainted version of Dayanora to subscribers. It's going to be running for a few weeks, but because it's sub only, you can now jump in. You can type !demon in chat, get yourself a ticket, chance to win. Also, if you guys want to check out her fully painted version, she is available. If you type !figurine, you'll find the link for her.
Lemon.
Mallow, thank you for the follow. Okay, so this was pretty interesting. See, I want to use more of the watercolor, but the plans that I have for this other piece, so not the one behind me, but another one I want to start, it's going to be on a canvas, and I just don't think the watercolor is going to handle very well. It's like so textured. Yeah, anyone else who's a sub, feel free to join in the giveaway as well. I'm also on Sunday, so tomorrow, I'm giving away the abstract pieces that we worked on stream. So we ended up finishing all the pieces. And so in Discord, I'm going to give this away to just somebody in our Discord community. So make sure you guys hop in if you want a chance to win these bad boys. Hi, Sylphon. How you doing? I think today, actually, Soda, I'm gonna get that clear acrylic. Because I don't know if I can do exactly what I want to do until I pick that up. Yeah, we'll see. Do it for Agathy. Do it for Agathy. Hi, Sombata. No, I'm not working with watercolor. I've got acrylics here. I've got some like golden metallic paste, gold leaf. I have these like gold flakes, I suppose, that are in like a clear acrylic. So I'm experimenting with some stuff, playing around with some outcomes for a future piece. What color pigments are you thinking about buying? Rocket, I think I'm gonna get the primaries. So that I can mix and make others, but I might just see what else they have, pick some stuff up. I might get more colors that are more similar to the pink and the blue and the yellow that I have of these, because I just like the colors. But I'm definitely gonna get the primaries today. I have a whole list of stuff. I got some new ideas today when I was scrolling social media. I just have so many things I want to work on. And again, it's like, I'll buy something, I won't necessarily know what it's for, and then I'll end up using it later on. So it feels like, I don't know. I let my intuition guide me when I go into the art store. Do I have gold leaf on my face? I thought I just saw a little gold in the corner of my eye. I'm doing good, still fun. Today is just a studio day, so I'm playing around with some of my materials, trying to figure out what I want to do for some of the pieces that I worked on this morning at like 4 a.m., like a psychopath. So I worked this one here. This one's all finished. I'm just waiting for it to dry. I really want to show you guys, but I don't want to lift it up yet. And then these two back here, still working on. I also have this piece. So this piece it's joint compound, and I've mounted some broken pieces of glass into it. I need to do some like fixing. There's a couple cracks I need to do some fixing, and then I'm going to clean off the mirrors, and then I'm going to paint it. But it's like this long process. So I have a lot of projects going on behind me right now, and I'm probably going to start another one because as we're doing these experiments, now I'm like, I want to do something with the pink and gold and the gold leaf. And I have an idea, so Gold leaf is the royalty of glitter. My god, it feels like so fancy. I'm really afraid I have some gold leaf in my eye. I'm just fancy now. Interesting to see how different your paints are to mine. My bottles are tiny even though it's all acrylic. The needs dictate different sizes. Yeah, I imagine like you use a lot less paint. Just because of the size. Primaries are good. Also heard people recommend a set of warm primaries like ultramarine and a set of cool primaries like phthalo blue. I'm probably saying it wrong. Let me write this down. Okay. Notes. Yeah, I'm taking all sorts of notes. Need to get some gouache paints. I got my certification for teaching art this summer. Oh, nice! Not teaching it yet, but kind of felt like trying for it, and now I feel like I want to get better at different mediums. That's awesome. I love that. Hi, Ukraine! Sounds like Bob Ross. The funny thing is, like, I've been doing this digitally for so many years that, like, mixing paints digitally makes a ton of sense. And it carries over traditionally. But in all of my, like, practices with mixing paint, I just have more challenges. Like, I know how to do it better digitally. And I'm also not as patient traditionally. But, like, I have a sense for it. It helps to know, yeah, what should I grab? What should I start with? And so much of what I've been doing traditional has just been my ink stuff. So I'm like, paint? What? All right, let's see. Anything else that I wanted to try out this morning? I think that's probably it. I have a better idea of where I'm going to go with those pieces back there. All right, let's do that. Actually, wait, let me try this real quick. This is some old paint, so I don't know how well this is gonna function. Well, it's India ink, so it's not necessarily like same consistency, but I just want to try it out. All right, not bad. You know what? This kind of has a bit of a warmer tone to it, like... Oh, wait! Guys, it matches my other paste. Hang on, let me do a little bit more. Yeah, I'm realizing that it's like pretty liquidy, but it matches my gold here. This might be the gold that I end up using. And because it's a little bit, I don't know, it's a little bit more watery. And on one hand, I'm like, will this be better or will it not work how I want it to work? So we'll see. Okay, wait. Hold the phone. This might be what I need. It might have a slightly different outcome on the canvas because the canvas has more texture, but I think I can build it up. And also, wait a minute, if I mix it with this, let's play around if I mix it with this. Holding the phone, who we calling? Your mum. All right. I don't hate it. Does the gold leaf stick to it? That's a great question. Hang on. Oh my god, Rocket, look at you. Hang on. Try to do it while it's still wet. Oh man. Shut the front door. All right, it sticks. Let me give you guys a closer look to the result on this one. So I'm kind of really enjoying this. I think it's still slightly warm, but I think if I put the gold leaf on and then I kind of paint along the edges, it will smooth things out a bit, so it's not going to be as stark of a transition. Let me try that now. I'm just kind of making sure we're all stuck on there. Let me see here. Yeah, all right, we're onto something. It still is like a bit more compared to the warm tones. It's still like slightly green, which is gonna annoy me, but hang on. We're getting closer. We're getting some sort of result. I can tap down the edges and then kind of blend it in. Yeah, that was another thing I was thinking about, Rocket, where like maybe I'll use another pigment. But like it's pretty seamless now. Hang on. Make sure you guys can see okay. It's pretty seamless now, and I feel like it's all sort of blended together that, you know, they're slightly different, but I don't know, I feel like it works. That's kind of interesting, actually. So that was... I'm taking some notes here. Gold leaf, India ink, and I also mixed that with the gold paste. I love it. I'm feeling good about it. I think maybe the only other things I want to play around with is maybe how the gold paste might look next to the pink and the blue, because I might use more of this in my other painting. And if I was smart, I would be practicing what I'm about to do on my bigger canvas on a smaller one, but I've been so like unhinged creating this morning that I'm like, fuck it. We're just gonna do it. All right, so let's place this next to the pink, and we'll also put a little bit next to the blue. Buy more tiny canvases at the store. You already go in there. Yeah, you know what? I should get some small ones. Let me try the other gold really quick as well. You dried out? Not quite. All right. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of, this one might be a bit too yellow for what I want to do with these other colors. Yeah, I might lean more towards this one. Do I have any other gold? Well, I guess I could try the India ink with those as well. Oh, good, Yoshi. I love to hear it. I think writing in the morning is so important. I think writing in general is so important. I spend so much time, a lot of the stuff that you guys see me put on social media is like me figuring out my thoughts. I spend so much time writing, and then a lot of times they end up in tweets. All right, that's kind of an interesting approach. This one is quite a bit warmer. I still think I'm leaning towards the paste. The paste has this like nice neutrality to it where it's not too yellow, not too red. Yeah. Hey Hugs, how you doing, dude? I still feel like there's going to be... I still feel like there's going to be a use for the pearl. Like, I really... I'm trying to think if there's another way that I've missed experimenting with the pearl. Like, I almost want to... This is where my brain's gone right now. I kind of want to mix it with the metallic and, like, the... metallic silver and see what happens. I also want to mix it with the metallic gold and see what happens. I feel like it's, I mean, they're really similar. Mix the leaf. Oh, God. Soda, you're onto something. So I did the pearl here, but I didn't like mix it in before I pasted it. Actually, I'm gonna do it over here. Oh my God, sir. Okay, there we go. Is it pearl medium or pearl base color? It's acrylic. Making breakfast for kiddo, watching stream. How are you? I'm doing pretty good. We've got a big studio day, doing some experiments, playing around with all my gold mediums. Okay, so I'm gonna mix this one first. I feel like this one's gonna do something more exciting, but... And I know that like different amounts is gonna give me different results, but I just kind of want to see where this goes. Okay, so it's still more on the pearl side. I think if I went with a little bit more of the gold. Actually, let me use some of this. Oops. Let me get this like in between. I feel like this one may just end up, the pearl here and the metallic might just end up being like just extra metallic. All right, it's kind of interesting. I can get these in between tones with it and it's still pretty shiny. That was one thing about the pearl. I mean, it was kind of interesting on this canvas back here, but it really only showed up on other colors. So, because it was so light. But this could be interesting to play with to kind of tone down the level of saturation. Pearl and blue. I could try that out. Oh, I think I did that here, actually. I was more blue there, I think, but I mixed it on canvas. It might be prettier if I just mix... Here, let me just mix them first. Hi, Lunar. How are you? I'm doing really good today. Okay, I think I need more pearl. Whoop! A little extra drip there. I feel like the blue kind of steals the shimmer. I'm just gonna keep adding little bits. Yeah, I feel like the blue kind of takes the shimmer out of the pearl, but you know what? Now that I'm adding more pearl, we might see more. We might get more of that feeling. Pearl acrylic pigment, it will get toned down. If it's pearl acrylic medium, it's formulated to mix with other pigments. Ooh, okay. I'm learning so much here. I love that not only do I get to experiment, but you guys get to help me experiment. I love it. Okay, so this was really interesting. I think out of all of this, my favorite thing so far has been the pink and the blue with the gold leaf, and I definitely want to use that for another project. I think that the this kind of combination with the India ink and the little gold flakes in there, not these flakes, but the gold paste that I have, that's been a really interesting combination. I also like the idea of bringing that blue into these gold pieces. Really quickly, I'm gonna look up what am I gonna look up? Lapis lazuli, because I just was feeling really inspired by that. It's not quite, like, I think maybe I'd want to get a darker blue. But the other thing that I had an idea for that would be so absolutely freaking cool would be I don't know if you guys are familiar with any of this, but I wanted to buy crystals that had been ground up like a bit finer, like this, and use the stones in my pigments. Crushed gemstones. Let's see what we got. Citrine, strawberry, turquoise. Okay, so it exists. It exists. I'm not sure. I bet you the art store might have something too, but I love the idea of having smaller stones and then mixing them in. Actually, using a clear acrylic would be kind of cool. I'm onto something here. Websites, you also buy powdered pigments, make your own paints. Yeah, that was a little bit of what I saw yesterday, which was really interesting. I don't know if I'd want to go necessarily use the stones or the crystals to make my own pigments, but rather using them as embellishments in the paint so that when I paint kind of like these back here, the stone becomes a sort of accent. And I've done so many illustrations revolving around the stones that it almost feels like no-brainer. Like I want to try bringing the stones into my work. Has anyone read Light and Color by James Gurney? I just picked it up. It has been super informative. Haven't had a chance to try too many things from it. Very excited to try and paint things. Fantastic book, Hugs. I mean, if I was going to recommend a book for anybody on color, it would be that one. Yeah, like rhinestone. Yeah. Something where it's like, it's part of the canvas and the paint, but it's also not what makes the pigment. It's just like a little, I stick them in there or mix them in. Okay. I think this was some really successful experimentation. I'm gonna try one more thing. I know I keep saying that, but I mean it this time. One more thing. Okay, so if I paint, I guess like, yeah, as I paint that on top, it's gonna kind of cover up the color of the gold, but I kind of love it. God, I love the pink with the gold leaf and the blue in the gold leaf. So I could kind of like softly blend and then have that gold leaf incorporated on top. So really the flecks are going to give more of like a texture. And why don't we have any gold paint supplies? Fox, it's time. It's time. Adding the gemstones to a transparent acrylic medium, adding them at the end might be the way to go. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Okay. Okay. Cool. Let me tidy up a little bit. Now that I've tried everything under the sun. Well, at least in my collection. Chat, do I have paint on my face? I feel like I do. definitely have paint on my hands. Intrusive thoughts say add gold leaf to your face. I had some on my shoulder earlier. I don't even know how it was sticking. I don't even know how I got there. Okay. I'm gonna be right back real quick. I gotta pee. I can tell you guys. Hello? 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 Okay. You guys hear me okay? Streamer's gone, cause chaos. No, streamer just came back. Okay. Alright. Let's do... do I play before I put on the canvas? I don't know. I don't know. Here's the thing. Let's do a little play before we do it on the canvas. What do you say, guys? What do you say? This is the canvas I'm going to be working with. So it's not too big, but I kind of want to like test the concept out, you know? The thing is, the idea that I had, I wanted to be like a bit more unhinged with it. Like a bit, I wanted to do something like this, but with the blue and the gold leaf. I don't think I can do that on this tiny thing. Do I just go for it? Chat, do I just go for it? What do I do? Tell me what to do. Show me emotes if you just want me to go for it. Just forget about it. Just forget about it. YOLO. Try it if you end up needing more space, get another canvas at the store. Yeah, it's not so much that, like... I think this one will be big enough for what I want to just do now, but this one I don't think will. Hang on, I'm gonna clear a space. You're right, I could just get another one later. Do it! Alright, so not using the palette for this. I am just, paint's just gonna go on the canvas. The thing is, I may end up needing the clear acrylic to attach it if it dries too quickly, but I think I'll be okay. And I was working with palette knives this morning and it was so much fun, so I'm gonna do that again. Blue or pink? Chat? Blue or pink? Based on our experimentations, which one do we want to go with? I may end up bringing in both, but why not both? I know, right? I'm like, I might bring in both, maybe. I feel like blue's calling to me, but I feel like pink is gonna sneak in at some point, so... Hi, Stigali! How you doing, baby? So far, just blue. Blue or both. Alright. I'm leaning towards blue. Here's what I'm gonna do, though. I'm gonna start with black. Bear with me. Well... No, I'm gonna start with blue. No, I'm gonna... Maybe I do need to experiment. Oh my god. There's a bear with me? A bear? Oh. Yeah, bear with me. Alright, we're just gonna embrace this. I am gonna start with black, actually. And then we're gonna use that. Blue's gonna be our main focal point. I'm gonna do a couple things here. Trust the process, chat. There's no such thing as mistakes. Let me get a paper towel. 1 second. Nope, just kidding. I got a towel here. Someone who premixes paints to extremely even consistency of the palette. This looks terrifying. We're embracing it. There's something very freeing about just intuitively letting it go. Not knowing what it's going to be, not knowing what's going to happen. And I'm telling you, it's shit like this that got me through my art block, where I was like, it's fine. However it looks, it's fine. And if you've never tried something like this, I highly recommend it. By the time you're done, it just has a feeling. Like, it gives you a feeling. I don't know how to really describe it. You know when, like, you're working on a painting and it's not going well and everything feels like it's going wrong? This makes you feel like the opposite. And here's the thing, if it doesn't, if it's really, like, triggering to do this, I think it's even more important to do it and, like, make space for it. Allow it. I really ought to get some tweezers for this. Silhouette of the blue figure on the left reminds me of Furina hugging someone in black. Shadows extending top left to bottom. Ooh. Actually, instead of the pink, I think I'm gonna go with the pearl on this. Something about this blue paint, it has like this really nice like fruity smell to it. I'm probably dying when I smell it. It has this nice fruity smell that I can't place, but it's like vaguely familiar. I don't know if it should smell fruity. The brain damage kicking in. Well, that's okay, Soda. There's already brain damage. It's been damaged. Let me step back a sec. Mix some of that paint on there. Do you have a particular way you set up your lights? For traditional stuff? No, the thing is I have a lot of really natural light in my office. So I just have this one light in front of me, but to be honest, it's like not the best setup anyway. But the natural light I think goes a long way. Hi, Ring! What's the art today? We're doing something completely free. We did quite a bit of experimenting with some different materials earlier, and now I'm just incorporating the colors we use, some of the gold leaf that I wanted to add. And I'm gonna come in with pearl. I'm thinking about where. I'm thinking about what else I want to do with it. I also like the idea of having some of the gold leaf like coming off of the blue. So like this one just fell up here. And Let me think about this for a minute. Ring, what stops you? What stops you from at least trying it out? One sec, grab back. This might be overkill, but it's all I have right now. Hang on. Come on. It's hard to squeeze. He's still doing phrasing. Of course, duh. Oops. All right. Pearl. Where my pearl at? Hey, LS, could you do me a favor and write on the debrief, or even look into it if you get a chance, why Seribot is, like, censoring the link that I added there? When it announces the ad stuff. In reference to wishing to be able to art, I'm assuming there'll be more to that. Hugs. Oh, it's above? Wait. Did Automod eat it? What did it say? Because I don't see it. Was it from you? Oh, I don't see anything. Yeah, no, it didn't send. Try again. Let's see. Felt the same way for a long time. Was trying to learn for years. Just kept putting it down. This year I've made a consistent effort to try and learn even though I have to balance job, partner, kid. You'd be surprised how much better you get just by buckling down and doing it when you have time. Learning to enjoy the learning was a huge thing for me and honestly massively improved my life experience. If anyone else was a gifted kid growing up, but accepting not being good at something instantly is a skill we have to grow. Hugs, I think that's really great advice. And I talk about this a lot on my channel. It's how I teach at my boot camp. I think that focusing on those small doses and knowing that it's, you know, the small doses of studying and also knowing that it's okay to step away from the work and come back. I think that's really, really powerful. And it's not something a lot of people talk about either. A lot of people are like, you've got to do it this way and you've got to study, you know, hard and no breaks. And like, you know, if you're not studying all the time, you're doing it wrong. And it's like, that's, if, even from a scientific perspective, that's not the way to learn. That is so like, I don't know where that theory came from that you have to like drill for hours and hours and hours every single day. That ain't it. And sometimes I think the less time you have, it kind of forces you to be really creative with that time as well. Art Alpha grind set, yeah. And it's actually much more, you know, giving yourself 30 minutes every day is much more sustainable because we all have lives, right? Even doing this as a career, I mean, well, I would love to do this specifically all the time, but like you can't always do the thing that you want to do all the time. And so like even as a career, there has to be moments too where you step back and you're like, actually, I need a break. I need to chill out. And I'm definitely not like, I'm not learning in a traditional way all the time. I think a lot of people think when they think about learning to draw, it's like sit down, do your studies, learn the fundamentals one by one in a list. And it's like nobody learns, like, that is a very quick way to burn out because you're going to go down this list of fundamentals you think you need, and then you're going to forget everything that you did because nothing's being applied to the work you actually want to be doing. And then by the time you're doing the work that you want to be doing, you're like, I don't remember any of that stuff because scientifically you're not applying it. You're not committing it to memory because you're not using it. Man, I am a hot mess here. I felt the need to use my hands there. Hi, Sunrise. How are you? I almost feel like this is better when I'm standing. Hang on. That's what it needed. That's what it needed. Oh, I got the feeling again. I almost feel like what I might want to also buy more stuff today. I think I want to get a bigger sheet of gold foil and actually create like larger segments. Might do that. Because these, I mean, I guess I could grab some tweezers and like maybe place them, but let's do that. I'm gonna grab tweezers. Be right back. Hi, Raffi. How are you? I'm hoping this paint is still wet enough. I think it will be. Oh, wow. That's a very large piece. That's exactly what I needed. Look at that. Love streams like this. Feels like I'm doing art with friends. Hi, Tony. What are you working on today? We're getting some drawings. I'll turn into pixel art for a game. Hell yeah. Is it your own game or is it something, are you working with a team? Oh, solo project. Very fun. Whoop. Whoop. Sleepy, but want to do art with y'all. This looks beautiful, by the way. Thank you, Raffi. Raffi, if you need your sleep, I think you should prioritize that. Ironically, I say that after not getting a lot of sleep last night, but I tried. I went to bed at a decent time. I just woke up and couldn't go back to sleep and made a lot of unhinged art this morning. Okay, Gold Leaf, come on. All right, I have one more thing. Oh, God. Well, do I want to? Let me think about this. No, maybe I'll leave that out. I was thinking of something, but may have changed my mind. You got 4 hours last night, LS? Oh my God. Can we see your unhinged art? Yeah. Hang on. It's probably, so I did, oops, let me put this glue away really quick. One sec. Oh God. Hang on, guys. Hang on. Bad decisions were made. Hold on. Okay, so I'm pretty sure that it's dry by now. I'm gonna get paint in my hair. Pretty sure it's dry by now. So it's pretty big. Let me grab it. I have a few. Actually, let me show you the small ones first. These ones aren't done yet, but I had a vision and I'm working on it. So this one, and you can't see it as well, but it's I've used some joint compound to create some texture, and then I've added this gold on here, and I want to create almost this like spreading golden veining. I'm probably going to add color, but we did a lot of experimenting today to kind of figure out where I was going to go with that. So this was one, and then because I liked this and I had more of a vision with it, I have a second one for this. So this one is slightly larger, and I kind of like the split of it a little bit better. So we'll see how I end up adding color. But yeah, the texture was really, I ended up making like a little bit more of a, I don't, you can't really see it, but there's a little bit more texture. I built it up on this one. So I'm going to play around a bit more with that. We experimented with like maybe adding some blues in here. And then I got the idea that, you know, doing something like lapis lazuli themed could be kind of interesting. But then the big one that I did, hold on. Praying that it's dry. Here we go. I think it's as dry as it's going to get before I show you guys. So really similar to the blue one that we just did, but I was playing around with those textures again in here. And then like, I was like full blown, like just in the zone this morning, not even like thinking. It just felt good to put paint down. So I did this one, and it's massive. It's like as tall as I am. I think it's almost I'm 5 feet 4 inches, so it's almost, I would say maybe half my height. So that's what I worked on this morning. Yeah, I went nuts with it. Um, and then I still have this one that I'd like to finish. We started this on stream. I'm not really sure which way I like it better, but we started this on stream, went in with some of the gold. I still feel like we're kind of missing something. I kind of just want to like mess up the edges. And then the other one is just my glass project back here. So that one I didn't do this morning, but that one's eyeballing me. I think one of these mornings I'm gonna end up revisiting it. Yeah, so the first three were like, I woke up at 3:30 this morning, could not go back to sleep, and was just like, I need to make art right now. And then we we moved to working on this one today. I've been experimenting with what it's like to sort of mix the colors on the canvas like this, and also different shapes. I'm probably at some point going to do the same thing with without the black, and then play with doing the abstract lines on top, whether it's painting or whether it's with my pen. Yeah. Want the giant one as a print? This guy here? I will definitely let you know if I do prints. Tony, what I would recommend is getting on my my email list. So I'm gonna do private art sales, whether it's the originals or if I do prints. But that's gonna be the best way to get notified. Yeah. I'm gonna drop it here. I'm gonna see if it goes to both chats. I think it will. Yeah, yeah. So there's the link there if you want to get on the email list. Thank you. I'm glad you like it. I fell in love with this one. When I was done with it, I was sat on the floor like I'd just run a marathon, and I was like, this is it. It's just like that really cathartic moment of like something just came out of me and it felt right. Like it just felt like something. I don't know. But that's a massive canvas. I don't even like know the measurements on that. The one I'm working on here, this one's 16 by 20. So that one's even bigger. And it is hefty. All right, I think what I'm going to do now, I'm going to set this guy aside to dry. I still feel like he needs the pink though, doesn't he? Like, it feels kind of cold. Or the yellow, maybe. Chat, what do you think? Do I add pink or yellow, or is this one good? Does it feel like it's missing something to you? I could add some of that yellow gold. Oh, hey, Avis. How are you? Pink or sunset type orange would go hard. Like it as it is, low key. Like the idea of yellow, but also like the color space you've created as is. Smidge of pink. Oh, man. I can't decide. You know what? Here's what I think I'm going to do. Because I think at this stage, if I add pink or yellow, it's going to mix with the other colors. And I don't know if I want it to mix. So I'm going to let it dry. And then I'll think about, do I want to add those? I'm going to keep those in mind. Hello. You like it? You like? What? Yeah. Nexie just reminded me of a time that we had, it was like little gold flakes on our sushi.
We didn't. No, next time we didn't know we were getting it.
Yeah, we didn't know that we were getting it. We had just ordered it and we were like, oh, this is expensive. All right. Well,
I was gonna ask if you just like half of it.
yeah, that's fine. Yeah, thank you. Nexie says hi. Okay. So, yeah, I'll let it dry and then I think I'll incorporate the final color. I think that's going to work well. They putting gold flakes on everything, huh? Did it have a taste? It just kind of was there. Yeah. At least you know the gold flakes were there before they got to you. Yeah. What was I gonna do? I was gonna I remember. I'm gonna jump back into the drawing I started this morning. This was one of the other pieces I worked on. Oops, hang on, not that one. All right, I started this one this morning. Also, you guys, I'm really sad that Karst doesn't do coloring books. I'm like really sad about it, to the point where I'm like, I'm rethinking everything. I really want to do a coloring book, but I'm just, I really wanted their paper specifically, but we'll find something. We'll find something. So funny if the waiter came back to someone adding gold flakes instead of the salt. It's just gold flakes. All right. I was getting fish vibes from this one this morning. I don't know what y'all are feeling, but is that the company that does your sketchbooks? Yeah, so they this is a sketchbook I'm currently using. I am talking with them about putting some art on the cover, and then we can kind of have like a uniquely branded sketchbook. And I can get you guys discounts and things. So I'm talking with them about that. It's just something we'd likely have to do a pre-order for, because I think it's like a minimum 100 that I have to order in order to make it happen. So probably do a pre-order, see if you guys like it. And if we fund it, then I'll probably get it done. Hi, Baseball Dad. How are you? Isn't wholesale just grand? Oh my god. What if I just want one? What if I just want to make one? But no, I get it. There's like upfront costs and things. As far as the coloring book, I haven't had a chance to like look into more options, but I really do want to do a coloring book. I mean, the work kind of fits the bill for a coloring book. Like it just, I want to. I thought about putting this one on the cover of some of the notebooks that we do. Well, I'll probably do a vote with you guys if we decide to do that. Hope you're having a good Saturday. I am. It's been very creative today. Hi, Manny. How are you? What if I just want one? What if I don't want to make 100? Why can't you just make one personalized cool thing for me? Can I do a wholesale order for one? What do you mean I have to buy it in bulk? What does this look like? Costco? How does one go about getting that good at shape? I've been, you know what's funny about this, Hugs, is that like I start it without knowing what it's gonna be, and then I just build on it. So like I did that with this one. It's completely intuitive, and then I just build up. I build up the lines. How many pre-orders do we get? Just one. Just one, guys. It's just one. It's just one. To be fair, I've been doing these, like, I've been focused on developing these for the past 3 months now. I finally painted in it. You guys, painting in this was, like, the best idea we had. This was yesterday's. I showed this in the beginning, but you know, a lot of you weren't here. So I showed this one in the very beginning. This was yesterday's, like, hyper focus. I got back from the museum and it just, I had to do something. It kind of evolved because at one point, Nexy said it looked like a sphinx, but then he said towards the end it looked like an elephant. Like he saw like the trunk in this area and then like the ears flowing this way. I don't know what this is. Don't ask. But yeah, they just start as lines. This one started just as like with the paintbrush, some lines, so it's a little bit rougher. Normally I do it with a pen. And then I started this one this morning. I have another one that looks really similar to this that I love, and it's gonna be one of the ones in the coloring book. Is it in here? I can't remember. I can't remember where I put it. Which notebook is it in? I think it's the pink one. One sec. Where's my notebook? So this one's definitely going to be in the coloring book. This is another one I love. I'm going to have to rework them all digitally because I think, I don't know specifically what types of files I'll need, but this has dots on the paper, so I'm going to have to rework it. But then the other one, this one, I absolutely love. This was like my original fish idea, and it came out intuitively, but then it came back this morning. It was like, yeah, I don't know. Is this considered exploratory? I saw you mention that on Twitter once, wasn't sure what that entailed. Yeah, so I've been doing a whole bunch of abstract work. I did a little bit of show and tell on stream. It took me, I've made so much work that it took me an entire stream just to go through the first month of the work that I've been exploring. So it's a lot. There's a huge pile of stuff. Same thing though, I will be selling a lot of the originals. So if you guys want to get, if you want to see that stuff or know when it's going out, exclamation point list, get that link. You can join. It's just an email wait list. So it's like, you don't have to pay anything. But I have a whole pile of stuff that I've just created. And like, a lot of it has these like floral elements to it. There's a lot of gold. Stuff like this. Like, it's just weird abstract stuff. I really have been leaning into it a ton. This one was like kind of funky, but I really liked this one. But yeah, I went through a ton. I also was like going through a lot of the stuff that I was feeling at the time. Like I was reading some of my notes and my explorations and things. I haven't posted them really anywhere. You guys here on stream are really the only ones to see it. Like anyone who's seen it is just like seeing that it's been a stream update or you've been here on stream to actually see it. But I've really enjoyed these. This one's also going to be in the coloring book. I've already thought so much about the coloring book. I know which ones are going in. But that's why I have a wait list though, because I don't want to sell any of it until I have it all organized for the coloring book. So I have to take pictures and things like that. Inside scoop. Yeah, you guys have seen it first. Some of this stuff. Whoop. And this is only a small portion. I mean, I have so many sketchbooks. I have some big pieces too, just on big paper. Line weights go crazy. I'm obsessed with the lines. I'm just obsessed. Yes, they are, Avis.
Lemon.
Ernesto, thank you for the follow.
Lemon.
Lemon. Roma, thanks for the follow. Appreciate you. Take care, Yoshi. Sometimes when I'm at work, I think about how I'm doing a bunch of made-up nonsense. Pull requests, code reviews, product analysis, generating shareholder value. They should let me draw instead. Yeah, I get ya. I get ya. Is the soup done? Guys, it might be soup time. That might be my cue. Soup. Gotcha. Wow, look how tasty. Guys, look at this. It's waterproof. Let's see that. Let's find the tofu. There's the hidden tofu. Nexie made lunch. Tofu, tofu, tofu. This looks really good. Yeah, it's ramen noodles with, instead of the packet seasoning, it's just miso and seaweed and tofu. Makes me want to get out of bed. Been lounging so hard this morning. What great service delivered right to the table. I know, right? It's probably very hot. Okay, well, this may be my cue, chat, because I've been on for almost 4 hours now. My goodness. Let me go find somebody to raid. And I'm going to send you guys off on an adventure. All right. What do we want to do? Wow, wow, wow. I'm going to send you guys off to see Croft. Oops, hang on. No, that's not what I wanted. Blah, blah. All right, you guys. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. Awesome stream today. Lots of experimentation, but I think we got some really cool stuff out of it. Remember, if you guys want to either get the originals or prints of the pieces that I'm doing on stream, make sure you join up our list. !list in chat will get you that link. If you want to check out our pre-order, we're currently selling this lovely lady. Wait, hang on. This lovely lady. Dayanor is our first figurine, and we've launched a pre-order for this fully colored version. For any of you who are creatives or miniature painters, we also have a unpainted version that you can get for the pre-order as well. So check her out. !figure will get you a link for that. And if you guys want any other content, I'm also over on Twitter, Blue Sky. I talk a lot about the creative struggles that we all go through. So if you guys want to check that out, that's over on my other social platforms, but you can also see my art and stuff as well. Tony LS just dropped that link for you if you want to check it out. No, see, the thing is, if I eat on stream, I always feel like you can hear too much. Plus, noodles, it's so embarrassing to eat noodles. Alrighty, and last thing, if you guys want to join the Discord, it is open for everybody. You can check out the link. I think you just type !Discord. Yeah. And feel free to join us over there. But yeah, I'm going to be heading out for today, and I'm going to send you guys off to see Croft. Go hang out with her, show her lots of love. And I will see you guys tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Eastern. All right, bye, guys.